So good afternoon and welcome to LNTV Liberia Live. We are coming to time back Congo Town, Red JS Ministry, 2 over bridges. The project right now, an update from this here with my colleague Ayesin and Aaron Talo.
So thank you, folks, and we say thanks for joining us live here from the Congo Town, just along the Totman Boulevard is where we are coming to you live from. Well, as you may be aware, on September 2, 2025, President Joseph Yuma Boyka officially broke ground for 2 China-funded overpass bridges along the Totman Boulevard in Congo, around the 72nd junction, and then another one is moving as far as the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, and the project cost is placed at 36.6 million, financed by the People's Republic of China. Overpass at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, exactly where we are bringing you this live broadcast, and the other is at the SKD Boulevard Junction, like I told you initially. But according to the Ministry of Public Works, the West Overpass near the Ministerial Complex has a 300-meter bridge plus about 2.3 kilometer wide. The East Overpass at the junction, the SKD Boulevard Junction, has a 180-meter bridge plus 100. That is 1.8 kilometer of roads. So the design include 4-lane elevated structures supported by pre-stressed and precast beams, that is to support the 4-lane elevated structures. So detail of this is just visible as we will bring you a live coverage of the site where the folks are, but we'll have to adjust a little bit because a vehicle is coming in here. So let's now move our camera to see if we can go to the site where the work is ongoing, to show you exactly how the folks here are carrying out this work. My name is Ayesin Iba. Damoa Fufana is here as well, and Aaron Talu is behind camera. So jointly, we are bringing you this broadcast. So if you take a look there, you see the excavator is working from the far there, and this is one of the vehicles of the China Aid for Share feature. The company carrying out this work. So key objectives of this entire overpass bridges: one is to reduce traffic congestion, and 2, to improve safety, especially pedestrians, vehicle conflicts, and speed up emergency services. As you may be aware, due to the narrowness of our roads in country, sometimes you have emergency cases. Yes, and once you have an emergency case, you don't have the ambulance actually finding its way out to have patients to health facility. So this is the reason for which this place was actually thought about, to making sure that yes, we can have folks living a life of free, fair, and transparent transportation services. So exactly, we'll actually give you a historicity about this entire project. But we've been told that folks, especially media practitioners, are being told to stay off this project site, and so as we are engaging the security guys here, let's inform you that this broadcast we've just been interrupted by the folks here that, well, they have passed a mandate prohibiting journalists, media practitioners, even citizens from coming here to stream live this project. So folks, let's see how it plays out, but we can talk to the folks here to show this project, and then we'll have to keep our camera in this direction. But yes, so we will engage.
So that's it. Are you seeing the project that just was just introduced by the president? That was the groundbreaking ceremony that was just held in October just this year, and then the implementation of the whole project started on September the 2nd. So the speed of this project is really taking massive construction here on the Congo Town Boulevard, where the 2 overpass bridges will be constructed by the Chinese government and the Liberian government. So we're coming to you live from Congo Town, right beside the Eddie Johnson Salif Ministerial Complex. So the 2 multi-overpass bridges, one situated near the Ministerial Complex and the other at the SKD Boulevard Junction, are designed to significantly reduce traffic congestion, improve safety for motorists and pedestrians, and boost economic activity by ensuring the free flow of goods and services. So Liberia has been one of its oldest African country. When you look around other countries around Liberia, you see this kind of massive development in other countries right around us here. But this old African country, we are still under development, and that's why this government is pushing in so much power to bring in some of this multi-development in this country. So this overpass bridge will be a very good improvement traffic when it is done. So what we are looking at here is the massive speed of this work being done by the Chinese people for the government of Liberia. So one key thing to look at as a government is the implementation, and that's why this government is really pushing on the implementation. They are saying it, and it is working as far as it is possible. But we have a little bit stuck here with the people who have the right to the movement of this place. So they are telling us that we shouldn't show the camera to the work being done here. So my colleague Ayesin is there now to talk with one of the highest official in there. So we stay around here and we'll bring you the update to how this project is unfolding now. So I'm here with my colleague Aaron Talu, even though he's behind the camera, but this is a teamwork, and he have some update too as well, information.
Yeah, thank you, Damara Fofana. Indeed, it's good to be out here this time. The project is fast moving, that you rightly said, since the president of Liberia, President Joseph Human Boakai, broke ground for the construction of the first since the establishment of Liberia, 1822 and 1847 we gained our independence, and now we are in 2025. So this is first of its kind in Liberia, and we want to see that when this project is completed, maybe in the next 2 to 3 years to come, Liberians who have left Liberia, and when they shall have returned in Liberia, they will see new thing, the issue of road connectivity. And speaking of this overpass bridges, as you can see right now, We have traffic building up because you have cars coming from the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex that holds up to six government ministries, and in the morning you have vehicle going there and individual goes to work, and at this time people leave from the ministerial complex, they are going home. So you always notice a huge traffic right here, both in the morning and at this time of the day. So the construction of this overpass bridges will help to alleviate traffic. It will also help to give our country, Liberia, a different look. Looking at our country is one of the oldest countries in Africa, and when it comes to road infrastructure development, we are way behind. So this is a good venture by the government of Liberia, held by President Joseph Yoman Boakai, to construct these two overpass bridges that will help to alleviate traffic, and it will also show the beauty of the capital city, Monrovia, Damawa.
So the beauty of the capital city, as Makodi, the capital city of Liberia, people coming from out of time, welcome to where people will be coming in to visit their country, their county's family members, you know, inviting visitors to come in, and then country still remain the same face that you saw yesterday. It's the same face that you're coming to see today again. So this is what the government is trying to improve the image of the country. You know, if you're coming from all of this country, and you come and see some new development, that this overpass bridge, you will be moving first time on the top, let me just say on the hill, you know, where you have never seen. You know, you've been out of this country more than 10-15 years, your country coming back home, and then you see this massive development. This is applause for this government here. So the overpass bridges will also help to reduce accidents, pedestrians crossing the road. You know, see the traffic right now. It's just after 5, where civil servants coming from work, you know, trying to reach home, they are so tired, exhausted, and then you want to reach home early to meet your family members. Your kids come from school, they haven't seen you since they want to see you now, but you come again and stuck into the traffic for more than 2-3 hours. So if these overpass bridges are being constructed to gain the free flow of movement down here, you will not find this kind of stock of traffic on this route. You will have free movement. People will be reaching home on time. People will be passing with their goods and services on time. You know, the beauty of this capital will lift from this kind of development. So we stay here on the Congo Town road to give you an update of the overpass bridges that are being constructed by the Chinese government through the government of Liberia. And Makoli is still trying to talk to the guys out there who are managing this place right now, because they are denying us from going, because they don't want just anybody coming in to just be recording, you know. So I think they want to give a little bit time to wait until time is done, and then when the president come now to dedicate this place, and everybody will be like, wow, it is harbor. Well, that's it, but we'll have to keep giving you updates so that you can know that the people are just sitting.
Speaking of that, this is national television, and Liberian, both home and abroad, want to know how far this much talk about overpass bridges, and how far is the project, and whether it has started or not. So I mean, as national television, this is our full responsibility to showcase the working of the government, to keep the citizens both home and abroad abreast with the unfolding in Liberia. Man, you know what we are doing now. People in other countries across the world, they are currently watching what we are doing, and they want to know exactly the status of these two overpass bridges that are currently being constructed by the Chinese company, who have expertise when it comes to constructing overpass bridges across the country. So I think we should not be stopped by the contractors, because I mean this is national television and Liberians need to know exactly the unfolding of this overpass bridges. Mind you, now there are others who will say since the president broke ground a couple of months back, the project is yet to start, and you have others who may say that. So I mean, to clear the doubts of others, and we have to come to make sure and go live to show the workings of the channel, and also to tell you that when this project shall have been completed by the Chinese and subsequently dedicated by the president of Liberia. I mean, if you come from the hinterland part of Liberia, if you come, I mean, to visit your relatives in the capital, you will actually see something different when it comes to road infrastructure development. So I mean, speaking of overpass bridges, for me, this will be my first time, to see overpass bridge being constructed in my own country. I mean, the youngest generation, the younger folks who are coming out, they will make sure that during the regime of President Joseph Newman Boakai, Liberian and Liberia experienced the first ever overpass bridge that we currently use. So I mean, this is a good venture. So we need to showcase this on a regular basis to tell the public that indeed works have actually commenced on the much talked about overpass bridge.
So that's it, and this is a modern development. Liberia, it has been a long while since Liberia been fighting to develop. You know, we were born not knowing anything called overpass bridges, and President Joseph Walker is now able to show us what is called overpass bridges live, where we'll be moving on. Maybe some people who love taking photo shoot and other things, that day it will not be an easy thing, you know.
This will be the latest spots for photo shoot. Yeah, I mean
photo shoot where you will see people even host a wedding ceremony to take photos, birthday pictures and all that thing. I can see the beauty, because the design of this thing is so beautiful that nobody will want to say I don't want to take picture on that bridge. This is not about opposition, this is about Liberia, and you will have your right to move on this bridge anyhow and anytime that you have a vehicle to move on. So there will be no one that will be stopped to move on free on this bridge. So it is something to be excited for. So this is an update coming to you live from the Congo Town, and we will just scroll down to show you, since we can't go in now because we don't have permission to enter in there, to show you this massive development being carried on by the Chinese government for Liberia. And so we will just walk down to show you just where we are, and we are here at the Congo Town. This is the old headquarters of the Unity Party, and you can see the huge building there being, that's the EJS Ministerial Complex, where the overpass bridge will start from to the SKT Boulevard. So we'll stay here to give you this full update on the two overpass bridges that were signed between the government of Liberia and the China aid. I'm here with my colleague Aaron Tadu. Ayesinyeba is still trying to convince the people that there is a state broadcaster, and we are here to show the Liberian people what government is actually doing for them. So just on September 2, we had the groundbreaking ceremony headed by the president of Liberia, Mr. Joseph Newman Boakai Sr., and you saw a huge turnout of government officials right here at the Agency Ministerial Complex, where the ground was broken for this massive development of two overpass bridges that is being constructed by the Chinese, and as you can see the work, the level of work that is here. The level change. Imagine just September, ground was broken for this project, and the kickoff of this project was just October, and we are now in November. So imagine how fast is the implementation of this work being carried out. Who don't want good life?
So I mean, Damoa, speaking of development, just last Friday, the president of Liberia again dedicated 34 sister buses there at the headquarters of the National Transit Authority. And today again, the president delivered a keynote address there at the ongoing director of road forms that are currently taking place in Liberia. You have several countries from the South region that are currently in Liberia who have expertise when it comes to road form. So these are all activities that are taking place under President Joseph Newman Boakai, all intended for the development of Liberia. But this overpass bridges, it will serve as the center of attraction. So right now we are around the intersection between Congo Town back road and the main road, or I might say the detour from the Congo Town back road to the main route. And as you can see, you see the traffic is building up because you have vehicles coming from the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, where you have lots of government ministries and agencies, and you have Liberians also work there who have vehicle, and every time they go home at this particular time they will experience huge traffic. So I mean, we are still here making sure to bring you full happening as is unfold. This is our job as a state broadcaster. We are there to bring you happiness as it unfold from the angles of the government. So we are here.
So that's it.
Yeah. So I mean, we have been joined by Aisin who had done negotiation. How far was the negotiation?
Yeah, so basically, this is a government-funded project, not that specifically a government-funded project, but it's coming from the but this is a national project by the people in the diaspora or in leeward counties will want to have an understanding about such work and the progress of the work. So I think we've been informed that there are folks who came here from different media institutions, specifically the folks that are just opposite the project site. They came here and they conducted some interview that did not go well. It was like a one-sided interview, and they did not hear from the management here at the construction site. So based upon that, the folks were actually instructed to not allow any media institution to come here to film this place without getting permit from their bosses. So obviously that was the issue, and we had to call our bosses too as well to place some call, and then that was actually resolved. So now we can move in to show our people the level of work that is ongoing here. But if you just joining us, folks, we are here at the Congo Town area where the construction work for 2 overpass bridges is taking place simultaneously. One is from around the 72nd SKD Boulevard Junction, while you have the other one here near the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. Yes. So it's a 36.6 million financed by the People's Republic of China. There are 2 So the left, or if you made the west lane and the east lane, ministerial complex. Like I said, the west lane is the one coming from the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. So you have the east wing, or the east lane, that is, which is the 72nd SKD Boulevard Junction. So the project that is taking place around the 72nd SKD Boulevard Junction is the east lane, while the one that is here around the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex is the west lane. So folks, the two works are taking place simultaneously at the same time. You have manpower around the 72nd SKD Boulevard Junction, while you have another group of people here doing the job as well. But we want to take you very quickly so that you can see, because we are chasing darkness. So look at the rocks that is being placed here, and you have the compressor coming to compress these rocks are placed here. Talking about giant size rocks are being placed here, making sure that this entire project is durable and long lasting for the people of Liberia. So it all started on the second day of September 2025, when President Joseph Boakai officially broke ground for two China-funded overpass bridges along the Totman Boulevard in Congo Town. And the cost of the project has been placed at 36.6 million, and it's been financed by the People's Republic of China. That is, so according to the Ministry of Public Works, the West Overpass, which is where we are currently, near the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, has a 300-meter bridge plus about 2.3 kilometers of roads, while the east overpass at the SKD Boulevard Junction has a bridge plus, which is a meter of roads. Design includes 4-lane elevator structures supported by pre-stressed and pre-cast beams. Deck thickness is 20 centimeters, and there is about 1.8 meter vertical clearance. So this project, as per the information we've gathered so far, is scheduled for 20 months. 20 months is equivalent to 2 years, so it's expected to be completed by August 2027. And there are key objectives to why this project is necessary. One is to reduce traffic congestion. So after reducing traffic congestion, another objective is to improve safety, especially pedestrian vehicle conflicts. Also to speed up emergency services such as ambulance, fire trucks, and boost economic activity along the corridor. So in addition to traffic and mobility benefits, the project is expected to create between 300 to 400 jobs for Liberians, from skilled to unskilled labor. And the Ministry of Public Works, or the Public Works Minister, Honorable Roland Lafayette Giddings, during the groundbreaking ceremony noted that the idea for the overpass is this back to 2016 during the tenure of former William Judy Moore. So you can see from whence this project comes. So the bridges are being built by a Chinese contractor, China Road and Bridge Corporation, and are framed as both functional infrastructure and a symbol of Liberia to China operation. So you have predominantly Liberians working here. As you already know, the project is aimed at providing job for about 300 to 400 Liberians, and some of the folks I stationed at the Samuel Kando Sport Complex, where they will assemble some of the materials, and then you have the truck just delivering the materials here. So by 2027, Liberia is expected to have 2 overpass bridges in country. First of a kind, and one is coming from the SKG Boulevard Junction, which is the east lane, and another one is coming from the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex in Congo Town, which is the west lane. Yes, folks, as part of our job, we update you about government's projects across the country, a lot of work. So this stretch of the west portion of the bridge is here, and you see it moving as far as the main entrance of the home of the ruling Unity Party. I'm being told that they have acquired the property, so this bridge is stretching as far as that location. But yes, we can see progressive work is ongoing from the west portion of this project. Is where we are.
So just to let you know the project scope of this work, the West Overpass Ministerial Complex, approximately 300 meters bridge with 2,290 meters of auxiliary and approach roads, and for the East Overpass, which is the Boulevard Junction, approximately 180 meters bridge with 1,784 meters of auxiliary and approach roads. So the total construction duration is 24 months, and that start September, which is this year, 2025, September 2025. So the kick-off of this work was September 2nd, 2025, and the work is to be done in August 2027. So that's 2 years.
So folks, what we're going to do here is we will keep this video rolling as we fast approach the 72nd Boulevard junction, where we will bring you the east lane of this overpass bridge or bridges that we are talking about. So this is the west portion, which is around the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, and the east portion is around the Ministry of Health, the 72nd Boulevard junction. So we'll drive along this corridor, the Totman Boulevard corridor, and then we'll keep the live video rolling as we approach the east portion of the corridor. So stick and stay with us. Damoa Fofana Anthony, not Anthony, but Aaron Talu and Ayesin Liba jointly, we are bringing this broadcast.
Sebo.
So as we move on, let me just let you know the cost of this project that was announced by the Deputy Public Works Minister for Technical Service, Prince Tama. He said that this project worth $36.6 million United States dollars. So we're trying to get our way up to the east of this project, which is the 72nd Boulevard, and we stay here giving you the update of the two overpass bridges constructed by the Republic of China for Liberia.
So folks, we are trying to get on board our vehicle to make our way around the SKD Boulevard junction, where you have the east lane of the where we will obviously conclude this broadcast. So it's important that you get a fair share of the cake, that we bring you the and west overpass of the bridges. So let's see in the next 3 minutes if we don't experience traffic ahead of us, then we will be around the Ministry of Health, where you have the east lane of the overpass bridges. So yes, progress along the corridor of the overpass bridges is ongoing, and for some of you who have actually experienced traffic along this route, you will bear with me and agree with me that sometimes it can be so crazy or annoying that you are actually in haste, wanting to get to job take your children to school, or you have an emergency case and you are rushing to a nearby health facility, but then you cannot access the road because of traffic. And with the coming in of the 2 overpass bridges, it's going to alleviate to an appreciable level the decongestion of traffic along this route. So, like we told you, we are already here. Already, you see some of the MTA buses along this corridor. You obviously need an alternative and good roads to have these buses commuting from one point to another. Another private citizens who have their personal vehicles as well are also entitled to good roads, alternative routes, and by that you have a well-functioning society. So we are here, and like we said, this is the east lane of this is the east lane of this entire project. From what I'm looking at here, it seems like the east portion or the east lane of this entire project is actually speeding up as compared to the west portion, because I was not actually able to get a glance of what I'm seeing here. So if you look at the level of work that is actually taking place here, where you see the folks are actually casting the steel raw, or if you may, the walls. I think the folks here are actually doing well, and this stretch of the road ahead of the west portion, but jointly the folks here are doing a uniformative job, so to speak. So at the end of the day, the entire work is going to be unified. So there is not an issue about who is fast, who is speeding up the project, and who is actually being slow, or the pace of the west portion. But yes, so you see this cream is serving as a support system to have these giant side metal which are being used as a platform to cast this entire project. But yes, folks, too many things happening here in Liberia, and if you are, say, away from Liberia, or you are in the middle of the country but somewhere far from Monserrat or Pinsville, then it's only fair enough that we bring to you live on camera the works that are ongoing across the country, talking about government initiatives, whether it's an aid from a different government to the government of Liberia, or it's a government-owned initiative. We are here to bring you live coverage of the work. But Tamara, what do you make of the level of work that is taking place from the east portion of this corridor?
Well, I'm seeing something that I would say that the work being carried on, the speed of this work is very, very impressive. You know, just in 1 month, few days, the work started in September, and now you can see the level of work being done here from the beginning to this side of, from the west to the east. You can see the level of work being done by these workers. The project is really moving so fast. For 2 years, I don't think they want to waste time, because before we back our eyes, you see the Finnegan. From now to 2026, 2027, that's exactly 24 months. So the speed of this work is really, really commendable.
Certainly, the speed of the work is commendable. And what is so amazing about this entire project is that 90% of the folks you see working here are all Liberians. And you only have a few Chinese nationals who are actually supervising the work here. But when we told you about the 300 to 400 jobs that this entire project is expected to provide, this is exactly what we were actually talking about, ranging from construction engineer, welders, mechanical engineers, you have driver, you have operators of some of the heavy duty machines here, and even at the home of this entire project that's been hosted around the SKD Sport Complex. You also have folks there who are doing separate jobs, and some of the materials you see that are already assembled are being assembled by folks around the SKD Sport Complex where the Chinese are being hosted. And so a lot of job opportunities coming in for Liberians as the country progresses with developmental activities in countries. Not just that the country is rapidly catching up in terms of development nations of the world, but we are also doing that and making sure that we provide jobs for deserving Liberians. So yes folks, and you see some of the signs here will tell you do not approach near edge danger. Yes, so folks, this is exactly the east lane. If you this coming from the 72nd SKD Boulevard Junction, going as far as the Ministry of Health. So all intended to decongest the issue of traffic and also pave the way for emergency vehicles such as a detour in terms of the kind of emergency cases encounter. So folks, this is where we are. Like we told you, obviously we could not show you the west portion and leave the east portion or the east lane of this entire corridor. It would have been unfair to you, the viewer. So we thought it was to give you an appreciable understanding of this entire project. So we will go back again and where we will bring this broadcast to a closure. But then from this portion where we are is the east portion of this corridor and the folks here. So in the coming months, I will be surprised to see in the coming months where this project will be elevated to a level that even the 2-year-old child can actually identify and see and say, well, this is an overpass bridge. I will not be surprised, owing to the fact that the media complex that is being built by the Chinese at the Liberia broadcasting system is just a vivid example of how fast and time conscious the Chinese are when they place or put a particular time frame to a project. Obviously, you can rest assured they are going to meet the deadline, because they are very cognizant of the fact that once you inform people about a project and give them the duration of the project, you should live up to the duration of the project and making sure that this work is durable. The last time we came here, we showed you the rocks that were actually placed beneath the grounds, and those rocks were actually compressed by the compressor, making this entire overpass bridge a durable one. Because now you're going to have vehicles being elevated at height level, so you don't want to carry out a project whereby you have, you know, some cracks in the walls, or you have to redo the work. So given all that we have seen, it is only fair to say that this project will actually meet the stipulated time that was given by the Chinese, the 2 years period. The Chinese will actually meet the 2-year period, but I think folks here will obviously have to beef off, because what I heard in passing is that some of the folks here are actually requesting that, you know, the issue of hand gloves, I know, should be surplus and they should be durable, because this is a job that is involved with cement and metal steels. So you don't want to have folks working here and then coming in contact branches. So you can have durable safety boots, you know, for the folks here. And also the issue of feeding. Yes, and this is a day-long job. So obviously, if you tie people to this job, and you obviously have to feed them maybe at least 3 times a day, so that all their attention, you know, can be focused. Because once a person gets hungry, obviously their attention is not going to be placed on the job now, but rather what they can lay their hands on to actually eat. So it's also necessary, yeah, that the folks here take into consideration what is actually ongoing here. And so folks, yes, as you can already see, the job is ongoing, and it's actually getting to a point where Liberians will actually be proud of an overpass bridge east portion, and then another one from the west portion. So from where we stand currently, we are before the east lane, or the east portion of the overpass bridges are expected to be built. So very briefly, we will bring this broadcast to a closure. But like we said, the project, the cost is 36.6 million United States dollar project, and it's been funded by the People's Republic of China. So my colleague Damara Fofana will give a parting comment as we bring this broadcast to a closure.
So thank you for following us. Thank you for your patience as we started this broadcast. We started from the ministerial complex in Congo Town, where the east portion of this work being done at 36.6 million United States dollars. Duration of this job work is from September, which was just last month, just 1 to 2 months ago. Yeah, September 2, and then it should end in August 2027. So the implementation, the speed of the work is very, very commendable, and the people who are carrying this work on, we can see our own Liberian fellow here. It's not just the Chinese workers here. We have seen Liberians working here. So we say thank you for following, and this is the Liberia Broadcasting System.
So like you heard from my colleague, Damo Afufana, this is how we want to bring this broadcast to a closure. And like we said, the cost of this project is 36.6 million United States dollars. It's been financed by the People's Republic of China, a friendly nation to the government of Liberia, and just traffic Boulevard to provide for vehicles, talking about ambulance and fire trucks. When completed, this corridor will actually give easy access to the Totman Boulevard corridor, and it's going to be a good thing for Liberians to have alternative routes to meet their various destinations. So thanks for watching. My colleague Aaron Talu has been by our camera. Damo Afufana, thanks to our chauffeur Rishma Sam. My name is Aisindi Bafo, and on behalf of the entire team, saying a pleasant good evening from the east portion of the China overpass bridges project along the Totman Boulevard corridor in Painesville. Thanks for watching, and this is Congo Town for the record.